Hello, everyone. I'm Giulia Sciuto, and I'm part of the talent acquisition team of Electrolux. And I will be leading the How to Drive in Your Career during a pandemic session. If some of you attended our first breakout session, we spoke there about sustainable living. Here I have three leaders from Electrolux who are going to talk about Shape the Future, about how we brought our perspective, and about how we explore new ways to make an impact. And now to kick off things, I would like to welcome our first speaker, Grit Stellens. She is Vice President HR and Communication for Consumer Experience, and she will talk about giving our employees freedom to shape their future. Thank you.
Thank you, Julia. So let's dig into that. So yes, I am Grit Stellens, and I head up the People and Communications agenda for the Consumer Experience organization of Electrolux. And, you know, I often refer to the CX organization as kind of the front end of our organization. We have a back end and a front end global organization. Edith will talk about one, and I'll talk about the CX. CX is really the group of functions that bring together the people that look at what are our consumer needs, what are people looking for when they relate to our brands, how can we develop products that really answer to the needs of the consumers, and products that are sustainable, because that's really the red thread to our approach, that are innovative and that are connected wherever that's relevant. So on a personal note, I am Belgian, so means that I would say I like the good things in life, though I personally pair chocolate with wine rather than with beer. But anyway, so I had the chance with Electrolux of living in a couple of different countries now. I started in Brussels in Belgium, and then I moved to the US for a few years, and now I'm based in beautiful, though snowy Stockholm. And when I look back at it, there was Flemish. It was actually, in terms of working style adjustments, Belgium to the US than it was Stockholm. And because of the working style and the culture, but when you look at all the things you learn when you get out of your comfort zone, there's so many different practices you see, you assimilate other people's approaches, and you really develop your own toolkit, and you crystallize also your own style. And that is really what I love about Electrolux. That's the fact that when you show this passion, drive, and a growth mindset, you get to explore so many different opportunities here. And it doesn't stop now in the time of the pandemic. When I just look at my own team, we had the pleasure of bringing 4 people on board just in January and February this year. We had 2 internal promotions, and we had a lady joining us from the Philippines and another lady joining us from Switzerland. So it's really continuing to move, and people are onboarding no matter where they're based. We just keep going with things. And again, personally, I'm very committed to creating the circumstances for people to really make the choices that are right for them, and help them shape their own future. So that may mean in practice that we adjust in our team to the needs of single working moms, different time zones. We have mentorship programs, for example, where we build connections globally between people who want to develop themselves and leaders. And we also introduced recently these ficas with senior leaders, where we have upcoming talents who can personally meet with senior leaders, and for them then to see what's really living for new joiners. That's a very enriching experience for them. But all of this, obviously, it doesn't come by itself. There are challenges as well, so we can't just rest on our laurels, let's say. We actually, in the CX organization, we organize a monthly quick pulse survey where we ask some simple, quick questions to people, like, are you happy in your job right now? Do you feel like you're developing? How's your work-life balance? And that really helps us to stay on our toes, basically. And people do share challenges and share expectations. But by doing that very transparently and openly, You create this accountability within the team and with the leaders to really look after each other and look after this well-being and make sure that people can continue to develop. So this was in a nutshell what I love about shaping your future in Electrolux. And I would say do go and check out the jobs that we have, because I was listening to a part of an audiobook this weekend by Melinda Gates, which is called The Moment of Lift. And there was a chapter there which really struck a chord with me, and that is it was a part on women in tech. And she's really explaining how important it is that we have a diverse group of people that are, so to say, writing the code of our future, that are developing the products of our future, because all of us will be working with these interfaces, with these products going forward. So we want to be represented in that, and we need all of you to help us do that. So on that note, I'd like to give it back to you, Julia.
Yes, and thank you, Grit. That was truly impressive. And I mean, this was important even before the pandemic, but the past year really has shown us that more than ever, we need to prioritize balance and well-being. And now it's time to introduce you our second speaker, Edith Safranco. She's our Vice President for HR and Communications in Group Operation. She will tell us how we support our people to broaden their perspective. Edith, the stage is yours.
Hi, thank you, Julia. And I'm very happy to talk to you today about the benefits I've seen when broadening my perspective. It's something Electrolux and I live every day. And maybe on a personal note, to get these perspective changes better, I am Hungarian by origin, and I'm currently based in Sweden, which is the fourth country I'm living in. And that was for study, for pleasure, or for work. And today we are here with my husband and our two teenagers in snowy Stockholm, enjoying all the great things Sweden has to offer. When it comes down to broadening your perspective, it starts with your personal mission, I think. What life you want to lead and how. Personal missions helps you to reveal the ultimate purpose in life. And, this is a single greatest driver of engagement. The most powerful tool for personal navigation through life, whatever direction you want to take. And it always provides directional coordination so you don't lose focus and you stay within the framework that you enjoy. And then you know where to place energy investments. When we talk about, broadening your perspective, we mean practicing growth mindset in action, with being open and curious and getting things done. Attitude is what defines success. An attitude will be enabling you in a complex, global, or matrix organization to succeed and grow continuously. Because what we know from research and practice, that highly, sustainably successful companies, and within that, employees and contributors can be successful when they are doing it together as one community. So think about your perspective, how you can broaden it, and then how you apply it in your life and work. Every day when I get out of bed, and dependent of my personal mission and the available energy being high or low, I go for it. I get it done or not. So personal well-being is everything. It's down to how well the batteries are charged. Grit talked about how we accelerated well-being activities and checking with the pulse survey. So this is important from a leadership point of view, and it's important from personal point of view. If you look at the energy pyramid, it's built on physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual layers. It's about quantity, quality, focus, and the force that you put behind to live your life in the way you want to. Each of these are very important and on equal measure. So what you want to do is find the many ways that works for you to get the energy needed. Food and sleep for physical, or being of service and use for spiritual. And you can also imagine this if you are more of a visual type. Think of a table. So you have your little table. Oh, there is the table, right? So we have the 4 legs. Think if you chop 5 centimeters off from the physical because your diet is not good, you don't get enough quality sleep. What happens? Your otherwise very stable, firm, and balanced table gets wobbly, right? And what if we kick out one leg fully? Exactly. You fall flat on your face. You can get into difficult situations and burnouts and others. So paying attention to and knowing what works for you to charge will be something you need to take care of yourself. And then, this is exciting, right? Tips for good life. Well, I don't have it all, but what I can surely say is that we are all thinking about when will everything finally get back to normal. It won't. Even when this pandemic is behind us, we will continue to, experience its impact on our lives. The systems will not just bounce back. Some changes will prevail, whether we like it or not. The great news is learning happiness is possible. Practicing growth mindset is up to you. It's your choice. Seek self-development and then stay in the stretch zone. This is the one which is uncomfortable. We don't like it. Hold it there. And that's where learning and personal growth happens. And with that, we will have more women in tech leadership roles, and organizations will shift perceptions of what women can do, anything, and who women can be, whatever you want to be. Thank you. Back to you, Julia.
Thank you, Edith, and thank you for these valuable insights, because it's really true that we never stop learning and we never stop to stay curious with an open mind and to look at new things. And when it comes to actually exploring new ways of working, I would like you to introduce you our last speaker, that it's Elena Breda. She is head of CX area Taste Food Preservation, meaning that she's leading the global research and development organization for refrigerators at Electrolux. Elena, the stage is yours.
Thanks a lot, Julia, and hello, everybody. Yes, my name is Elena. I'm Italian, as you might hear from my accent. I'm based in Stockholm, and I have been working in Electrolux for over 18 years now, in different roles, different locations, including Italy, Belgium, Singapore, and Sweden, of course. I'm responsible for a team of 600 people at Electrolux, and these people are working across 10 countries and at least 5 time zones. Collectively, we're responsible, as Julia said, for developing refrigerator solutions globally that help people take better care for their food, protecting the food quality for better taste and minimized waste. Today, I'm very, very happy to be here and have the opportunity to talk about exploring new ways to make an impact. This is something we are continuously encouraged to do at Electrolux, within the culture we have of ownership and accountability. And it's something I live every day, and a key reason for me staying here so long. It is a priority that actually with the pandemic came on its own. With this value in place, it really allowed us in Electrolux to quickly counter the imposition of travel restrictions and social distancing rules. In fact, Electrolux quickly acquired and deployed new skills over the past year and successfully utilized the global network to deliver a great financial performance last year. But thinking back a little bit, what was my life before March? And here we go into the next slide. Thanks. Thank you. So my average working week included a lot of global traveling, meeting people face-to-face in Brazil, North America, Thailand, China, Italy, Sweden, and a lot of other countries. I participated to a lot of workshops, events with many people. In other words, I had a very high social interaction. Then COVID-19 came and it changed it all, at least at the beginning. At Electrolux, we have prepared for many unexpected events, supply shortages, natural calamities, unexpected competitors' moves. However, COVID-19 pandemic has really tested even the most robust resiliency strategy. It has obliged us to find new ways to making an impact, whilst doing an extremely rapid transition to remote working with social distancing restrictions. I call this a once-in-a-generation event. Actually, it is, hopefully. But it has forced us to push the boundaries of solutions to where, the intent that were intended for limited use. I'm talking about, for example, VPNs for remote access, video conferencing tools, workshop platforms that are now indeed a crucial infrastructure that really allowed all employees to turn their home into the remote office and continue the regular interaction. In fact, this new way of working allowed me and my team to be at least as impactful as before, if not even more. We continue to interact and collaborate across the world as much as before. We continued full speed with product development projects globally, launching a whole new range of refrigerators to meet consumer needs. We successfully continued with the plan of hiring critical positions. We celebrated work anniversaries and retirements of some of our team members. We held team planning sessions with participants from all over the world. We had suppliers award ceremonies to celebrate the great collaboration with our partners. We had in 10 minutes yoga every morning, clear my mind, set my targets for the day, and start with renewed energy. Professionally, empowering people, reinforcing resilience, finding new ways to stay connected, allowed the continued growth of personal relationship with colleagues. At the end, it's all about people. A strong team can really make the seemingly impossible possible. And with this message, I hand it over to Julia.
Thank you very much, Elena. Thank you. Now I believe it's time to wrap up our session, and we're really looking forward to receive your question, to answer your, maybe you will have a lot of curiosity, so we're really looking forward for that. And now I ask my colleague Anya to give us further technical details to where to find us for the Q&A session.
Yes, thank you, Julia. Thank you very much. This was a really amazing session. Thanks for sharing your personal tips and tricks how to pandemic-proof your career. Now, for the audience who has questions, please join us in our chat room. It's a video chat room, and you find it when you leave this meeting now. Go back to the main room. Go through the gate of focus sessions again, and then find Studio 2. Go through the door of Studio 2, enter it, and click on the pulsating red button. So it sounds more complicated than it is. Go through the focus sessions gate, find Studio 2, click on the pulsating red button, and you will find us there. Thank you very much. We wrap it up for now here, and we see each other in 30 seconds.
See you there. Thank you.
See you there.
Bye.
Bye.